Greetings, everybody. Thank you for your presence. Today I am, I think about this a lot because it pops out of my mouth a lot, but I want to just talk about the word bless and blessings. I talked about it, I think, a tiny bit before, but I want to talk about the definition and the etymology of this word. Well, the definition is to consecrate, and the etymology, where the word came from, is to sprinkle blood or to consecrate with blood. Bledsings. I forget the language, but I think it's, Latin or Germanic. I can mention that later, but it's an old word, and it comes from a time when people, not even old times, it comes from when people used blood to invoke their god or their higher power. And I think it's a spell that has infiltrated the common vernacular. The spell being to think that you need to cause harm in order to invoke source. Because to get blood out of something, you need to harm it. You need to cut it, you need to poke it, you need to kill it. And I am forgetting about that word. I'm eliminating that word, and it pops out too a lot sometimes. Not a lot, less and less as the days go by. But I'm eliminating that word from my vocabulary and choosing to use a different word, or I'm waiting for the best word to come, but I don't need to harm another to consecrate anything. To when I want to speak well to another being, I don't need to speak well to another being sprinkling blood. I don't. And there are so many words in our language, in the English language and in other languages too, that are dark spells. So I want to learn more about other words too. I heard this word from a gentleman called Young Pharaoh, and he said it, and it just sort of went straight to my heart. To sprinkle blood, to do that for another being. And so I had a conversation with a friend who is a spiritual person, and she said, well, you can create your own definition, and when you use the word, sort of eliminate the old definition and use your definition, which I believe that we as humans are that powerful, that we can invoke our own definition and use it and break the connection with the old definition. That is something that I want to think about more. I just think it's creepy. I don't like it, and I think the majority of the population will probably say you're mad or that's ridiculous, and those words don't have power, and that spells don't exist. And I don't live my life in fear, I really don't. I have been afraid before, and I've learned ways to not be afraid, You know, through mental processes, through prayer, through I need to go outside and play today. I need to go to recess. Anyway, just something I've been thinking about, and it occurred to me today. I looked it up in the Oxford English Dictionary, which has a lot of information, which I don't trust it totally, but I mean, I question everything, and I've learned to question more and more. Now, in this beautiful time of awakening, where all of the dark deeds of the beings on this planet are coming out and being seen and being reckoned with and rectified. So, I mean, I don't want to be a proponent of dark magic. That's all I'm saying. I want to be a proponent of light magic. And I'm a light worker. I'm a light worker, and I have known this for about 10 years. So when I remember about 10 years ago, probably more actually, let's see, probably 15 years ago, my daughter, who is 27 years younger than me, gave me MySpace for Christmas. And I had a computer, and I used it to send emails. Basically, that's it. And she for Christmas, she used to not be able to stand to teach me stuff about the computer because I was so tech unsavvy. But anyway, so she sat through this in absolute pain and suffering, and gave me MySpace, and I made a MySpace, and I started to use it, and I learned about Photo Bucket and yeah, Photo Bucket with the HTML codes, and I fell in love with the images that I discovered and with the people that I discovered, people all over the world. And I made friends with people all over the world. One of my best friend is, I've never met her in person. She lives in BC. So anyhow, that's when I fell in love with the light and with love, and I learned about my true. I knew intellectually about my true nature, and when I was on MySpace, discovering the world of the internet and of images and of concepts, that's when I fell in love with light, any sort of light. Like chandeliers were my favorite thing, because of the sparkles and because of the way it refracts light and expands light and shines brighter because of all the crystals. So yes, a light worker. I am a light worker, and I repudiate the negative light. I like the dark. Darkness is beautiful. Darkness is a part of us. We would not have light if there were. We would not. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that right now because I'm going off and I don't even know what I'm saying. Which is why I'm here, basically, is to let Source channel through me. But anyway, so the word bless is not what it seems. It's a negative light word. It's not a positive light word. So I'm going to learn more and more about words and about spells, and I'm going to create positive, beautiful spells. My preference is to be quiet. My preference is to connect with Source through meditation. Because when I do that, all of the external 3D issues fall away. All of the things that I thought were crucial and important and necessary, they all fall away. And you're left with one thing, and that is light. So it is my job now to encourage beings who dwell on Gaia to connect with the light, to go within, to sit for 20 minutes every day with a straight spine. I don't have a straight spine right now. I'm super laid back and chill right now, but when I meditate and when I sit, my spine is straight. Oh my gosh, that cat. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's out there crying to come in. So I will make this a snappy video. I guess I just wanted to speak on that and to share with you a little bit about where I'm coming from, which is I'm a light warrior. I don't love war. I don't want to keep the concept of war going. So warrior is not exactly my favorite word, but the light is the most important thing to me, my connection with source. And the way that I've really found to expand it and to have it on a daily basis is to sit for 20 minutes. Basically, when I get up out of bed, I take care of business, get water, and sit before I do too much of anything else. I do my best not to look at the device, but that's another word too, device, of vice, you know, like, whoa. And it's true, this thing is such a vice. Sometimes I want to throw it into the ocean forever. Ha ha ha. Anyway, so I sit for 20 minutes in stillness, in quiet, without too much external stimuli, and I connect. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's slow, sometimes it takes me 15 minutes to get there, to that connection point, to the 0 point, to the stillness, to the field of creation with source. But regardless of how many minutes or seconds I am in that plugged in mode, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's awesome to be able to ride that wave of stillness for 5 minutes. It's ecstasy. So that is my channel. So thank you for listening. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for being alive and for your search to find your highest self, because that is the reason why we exist, is to touch the light. So in light and in love, I say goodbye. I will see you tomorrow, and I wish for you deep stillness and peace.